1947 when Great Britain versus the rest of Europe, captain of Wales. He's the only Englishman to captain the team. Now, you see, he wasn't quite as big as that statue, wasn't George? I can see the statue you exaggerated. Now the other statue on the left, kicking that invisible football, is Wilf Mannion. Wilf Mannion was born half a mile from the stadium in Southwark. Now Wilf Mannion is our most capped Englishman. Wilf Mannion played 26 times for England while he's playing for the Borough. Now if you're like me, you probably didn't know it. Stewie Downing's played 35 times for England, hasn't he? But not while he's playing for Middlesbrough. It is only while they're playing for the Borough that we count this. Now Wilf Mannion is one of what 10 siblings Wilf Mannion. He would have played a lot more than 26, right? But he had to go and fight in the war, and he lost 4 years in his career fighting in the war. They actually thought he'd been killed at Dunkirk, and they were looking all over for him, and they found him, and when he went back to England, they turned him around and sent him back again, to Italy, to fight, basically. So that's what type of chap Wilf Mannion. He's only 5'4", actually. I know that thing. Now them gates. If you look, what's the point of having gates, lads and lasses? You can run round and round them, can't you? So yes, Kid, you can. Yes, you can run round and round. Them gates are only there for sentimental reasons, right? They came from our old football ground. And what did they call our old football ground? Ayresome Park, right? 1986, them gates had padlocks on. We were kicked out of Ayresome Park. And if it hadn't been for Gibbo, Newcastle, Scottish Breweries and ICI, we wouldn't have a tink from. And Hartlepool was the main instigator because they allowed us their ground. If we hadn't played that football match, we would have been kicked out the league, then mine. See, we upped the tax now at £1.5 million in 9 years. And our gates have dwindled to about £3,500 a week. It's unbelievable the gates have stuck up. But, listen, people put flowers on them gates, people kiss them, people touch them. They are only there for sentiment. This room is the players' room. But on a match day, it's not laid out like this. On a match day, you've got this round small table. This is where the footballers bring their wives and their girlfriends. Well, they haven't got a wife and a girlfriend, but they have to bring the neighbours and the neighbours' friends. Everybody who comes in this room knows one another, basically. The footballers will leave tickets downstairs for the friends. What happened? This room only ever used to get used on a match day, right? So once a fortnight. And then somebody said, let's start hiring the room out now. So now we make money on this room by having, tomorrow it'll probably be a store or something going on in it. So now we hire it out a lot, basically. But on a match day, the footballers' wives and the girlfriends, they can come in here. They don't have to leave this room if they don't want to. They can watch the game on the screen on cold frosty night. They can just have a drink and do what they like. Now, when we're in the championship, we used to only give them what, curled up sandwiches and sausage rolls. But now in the Premiership, they always eat what the chef is preparing on the Saturday, basically. So there's always like a buffet here. Well, there isn't a buffet. I think it's just brought in on truck. You do not get many like you used to up here. You don't. I mean, you get the likes of Alex Bakes and probably Jackie Chan, Bobby Chan. They always come up here, just have a quick handshake and off. They don't hang around very long. They wait to. Even the whole team doesn't hang. They can't get away fast. It's not like the old days. This would be the only room on a match day where I would let you in if we had jeans and trainers on. Right? Anywhere else in the West Wing there is a dress code, except this room. This room. Providing you're not wearing a Buddha shirt or any football shirt, you would be allowed in this room. Anybody want to ask anything? Yes? No? Don't be shy. Any questions? Come on. Hello, anybody in? No questions. Come on, young lady. Do you want to ask anything? Yes? No? Does anybody want to ask anything? Yes, young man.
Why is there a TV?
Why is there TV? Because most rooms in this Riverside Stadium have a television play. No matter where you are on a match day, if you hear a shout go up, you turn around and look at the wall if you're busy. Because it always shows the game on match day. 9 times out of 10, wherever you are, you can see the match on the screen. Right, from here, we shall go downstairs to our trophy cabinet. Now don't laugh, because we do have trophies. Not very many, but we do have. Follow me, follow me. Well, thank you.
How come you don't mention
Yes, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're dead right. Now, there's about 4 of them. There's 4 of them.
Yeah. Because he's the guy that went back to when the transport.
I know. You know, I mean, all right. Have a meal. Come in, everyone.
They never turn up, all the other things.
Right, come right in, everyone. Come right in. Come right in.
How's my dad looked after you? You're a mad old stick, isn't he?
Come in, don't be shy. Come right in, right in, right in.
Yeah, explain the honours board.
Come right in, right
then
in.
we'll go to our trophy cabinet.
Come on.
Right, well, this is our
Come right in.
international honours
We've
board.
got another train yet.
Another train?
There's another train to come in.
Where are you all coming from?
Come right in, everyone.
Right.
Don't be shy. Come right in, right in, right in, right in. Come in, come in.
Wasn't this when you went up the stairs?
Right. I'm going to hand you over to my colleague, Graham. Now, he's not as old as he looks. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Graham, you over there.
Right, so this is our international honours board. And all these players actually made these appearances for the country while at Middlesbrough. For example, Gary Ballister played twice for England while at Borough. Then he went to that football club called Man United. Played another 20 times. So in total, Gary Ballister played 22 times for England. And Keith's probably explained the 2 statues outside. Wilfie Mannion, he is Middlesbrough's most capped England player. 26 appearances for England. And the other statue, George Hardwick. George Hardwick played 13 times for England, 13 times as captain. And in 1947, the Great Britain team was picked to play the rest of Europe at Hampden Park. That was to commemorate the 4 home countries rejoining FIFA. And Middlesbrough was the only team to supply 2 players, Wilfie Mannion and George Hardwick. George Hardwick was captain, so that made him captain of Middlesbrough, captain of England, captain of Great Britain. No other football has ever done that or ever like it. Great Britain won 6-1. Wilfie Mannion scored 2 goals, and it should have been a hat-trick. The ball was going in the net for the third. Tommy Lawton, the centre forward, just touched the ball over the line. Wilfie was a neighbour man in Letchworth for many years, and he said he never spoke to Tommy Lawton for quite some time. He was absolutely good, he was dropping the hat. It was the biggest game of the century. 150,000 people counting. The famous names on the board: Alf Common, the first £1,000 transfer to Sunderland to Middlesbrough. And it caused outrage in Parliament that that much money was involved in football. Changed a little bit since those days, hasn't it? We talk about Wayne Rooney beating goal scoring records and things like that. We'll never beat George Council's record. George Council played 9 times for England and scored 18 goals. So obviously 2 goals per game, and nobody will ever beat that record. But my favourite player on that board is Brian Clough. Played 222 times for Middlesbrough, scored 204 goals. And if he was playing today, he'd be absolutely priceless. And if he was here today, he'd probably say the same thing when he ran. Another favourite player of mine, Graham Souness, played 3 times for Scotland while at the Borough. Prince of Wales was Middlesbrough's first ever international in 1893. And we're in the Republic of Ireland, we all know Bernie Slaven. A Scotsman who played for Ireland for an English manager. Apparently his great-grandparents were Irish, so that entitled to play for the country. I think nowadays you go to Ireland and get your passport stamped, and you can play for it. And for the older people, today you might know George Best, one of the greatest footballers ever. When George Best was a young lad, he went to Man United right back morning. But after 2 days, they got homesick and went back to Belfast. George Best returned to Manchester a few days later. Eric stayed in Ireland for another 3 years, joined the borough, and he still lives in the area today. And this one gets longer and longer every year. I wouldn't like the wage bill of all those players, I'll be honest with you. And the man with the most appearances which couldn't give all at Middlesbrough is Mark Schwartz, the goalkeeper. While at the borough, he played 53 times for Australia. Then he went to Fulham, Chelsea, Leicester. In total, he played 109 times, which is a record for an Australian international. But everybody's favourite player on there is Janino. He's only a little fella who is a great footballer. But one name I always point out is Mohammed Shorty. While he was at this one, he played 18 times for the Borough. While he was here, he played 20 times for Egypt. So I think we were keeping him fit to play for them. They got the best deal out of it. Right, you ready to come over this side, explain something in the cabinet. This beautiful shirt was worn by Alan Peacock in the 1962 World Cup in Chile against Argentina. England won 3-0 that day, by the way. Well, the Southgate's England shirt for 2006. When you play for your country, that's what you get, an international camp. Wayne Rooney has 117. The man with the most caps in England is Peter Shilton, the goalkeeper, 125. Stuart Downing's boots for the 2006 World Cup. And these two goblets were won by our groundsman, Tony Bell. That was the best ground in the Championship last season and the season previous. And this shirt, worn by Bob Baxter, the Middlesbrough captain who played for Scotland in the 30s. Imagine when that got wet. Somewhere around your ankles, kicking that leather case ball, and that was like Edmund kicking a brick when it got wet. And this is a replica of the original World Cup, Jules Riviere trophy. In 1966, when England won the World Cup, and I don't think we'll ever do it again in our lifetime, our old ground, Erson Park, featured 3 games in North Korea. So the club that hosted those games were a replica of the World Cup. Sunderland got one, Middlesbrough got one, Newcastle got one. And this beautiful trophy is the North Riding Senior Cup. And every season it was won by Middlesbrough reserves. Because what happened, get to the final, then we put our first team in. So we made sure it always came back to Erson Park. And these caps, donated by Wolfie Mannion's family. And I always point out the one against Portugal. England played Portugal in Lisbon, and England won 10-0. And Wolfie Mannion was the only forward that never scored. But he got man of the match. That's the type of player Wolfie Mannion was. 10 goals that were scored, he probably got the call out for the system. And Middlesbrough's greatest moment in 2004, we won the Carling Cup in Cardiff. And we beat Bolton Wanderers 2-1. And this was the goal, shirt worn by our first goal scorer, Joseph John. Scored the first goal, quickest goal ever, within 42 seconds. And the second goal was scored by Bolo Zender. And that was called a double whammy. He took a penalty with his left foot, slipped, ball at his right foot, and the ball went in the net. Mr. Allardyce of Bolton Mansion was very happy. He said he played the ball twice, it should have been disallowed. Never mind. And this is the oldest known Middlesbrough football shirt. And it dates back to 1891, when Middlesbrough were in the Northern League. So we didn't always play in red. It was bought in an auction for £3,000 and the buyer paid it to the rep. You all got cameras? Well, you stand here, young man. You make a fist like that, you're holding the car in front. Alright, any more for any more? Come on, you man, as you can. Very good. That's it. Yeah, be a couple next year, yeah. Fantasy Island will play the plan, I think, won't it? Oh yes, the chap that sorry, no, it's clear. That's the cup we got for the team running up in the championship. That's the right to follow the key to win the best team. If we don't get to the cup final, we probably Chelsea will play, won't it?
No, I hope so.
That's the team we always Then it's cup final, it's that. So we get the nice smell of roast beef and Yorkshire pudding as well coming through.
I was in Jane Nugent's even his dad was crying. Take a seat, everybody, please. Thank you. Move to your right. That's right. Right in there. Thank you. Thank you. Take a seat. Thank you. Once again, I thank you.
Huh? Yeah.
Right. How many seats have we got in this game? Yes, young man. It is 33,704 pounds. Now, when the stadium first opened, 21 years last year, it held 30,000 spectators, and it cost £16 million. And that was in 1995. 3 years after that, we came along and we built up the West Farm. If you notice, the West Farm is and that allowed us 35,000 spectators. And the price went up to about 22, 23 million pounds. That was 21 years ago. Now, over the years, for quite a lot of years, it stopped at 35,000. But it's gradually come down, down, down. And now we have the almighty Sky here, like Sky television. They came in and have taken at least 1,000 seats. that Jansen you see over there, and them two boxes, all belong to Sky. So now, even our local reporters, who's at the line up there in Sky, we have to use our own phone. That's where poor Ali Brown used to stop us there. And we still have to stop us there now. You're allowed nowhere near the Sky. But when I'm silent, just throw away like that. Now, that pitch is not the same pitch that was here last year. Every year, Tony Bell, our head groundsman, comes along and he digs a pitch. It doesn't matter what it looks like. He takes the grass and the crown of the root top. So it's a big centimetre he takes off. And he leaves it for about 5 days, looking a bit like Rector Beach. But it is not a soil like you and I know, it's like a polychromatic granule contestant material that holds all the root together. It is only the top 10 centimetres, which is really 4 inches, that holds everything together on that pitch. Under the top 10 centimetres, there is 90 odd centimetres of sand. 90% of that sand, 90% of that pitch is all sand. Don't think so. That's why it's always getting water. Even if it's been raining, it sticks to it. It's only the top 4 inches that hold everything. And that is not tear. You cannot go to being pure. It's a proper mustard seed. And if you really when Tony put the seed down, you see like sparrows fall over the pictures. It's like that seed, like it's getting better comfort.
And heat, is that supposed to be heaters or something?
Somebody said you bring an air rifle in and get rid of it. The blood makes the best when it comes stuff. You're not supposed to do that. What we used to do, we used to play them distress calls when they play the airports to keep the birds away. But I don't know. But that, I think they're still doing that. Does anybody know what them lights are doing on the pitch? Yes, young man. That's exactly. That grass thinks it's the middle of July at the moment, so it's getting a nice, it still grows fast. Tony Bell puts them all around where all the wall is at, where it needs attention. He once told me to go to that, but I don't know. Now, our stadium control room, under the Southampton. That is the eyes and ears of this stadium. It never misses anything. In that room we have the police, the fire brigade, the ambulance, the security service. We have a response team built like Popeye. Any trouble will come from where you're at. We have 27 cameras on there, nobody can see any cameras. Right? In that control room we have a bank, a television screens, all shooting different pictures. We do have about 3 very, very special cameras that can zoom in on a postage stamp and not miss anything else. It's they're very expensive, but what they can do and what they have done is trace, if somebody threw a coin in the ditch, we can trace that coin all the way back to where or somebody dropped a smoke bomb. We can trace the smoke from the north stand all the way back to where. There was one occasion, Bournemouth came, somebody let off the smoke bomb, and we found the smoke right away down to about 3 Bournemouth. And we sent that recording off to Bournemouth, and they would take care of it. Just like they would send us any recording. They always take care of their own fans. Now let me see, no matter where you're sitting in this stadium, boys and girls, you're always being watched. I'm not kidding you, right? 27 cameras, you're always being watched. If anybody's picking the nose or scratching the backside, you're on the television. I'm not kidding you, you are on that television. The only place that don't move is the toilet office. Now, let me see, Steve Gibson, old chairman, sits in the number 4 seats along there. Then you've got Neil Bowser and Steve's wife, his daughter, various, and as it goes back where you're sitting now, you get a lot of scouts. You get at least a scout for each team back in the land. And we're across the other side of the stairwell there, is the UK directors. This is what we call the directors. This is where you have to come. And there's no swearing. Man, there's no swearing anywhere. You don't have to put up a swearing. Do you agree?
It was yesterday.
You don't have to put it. Anybody want to ask anything? Don't be shy. Yes, young man. I would say not in the box. Not in the, that would be where the chair might be. From here, Graham, we shall go downstairs to Middlesbrough's home dressing. We'll have to knock on the door, make sure nobody's getting out. So nice, slowly, don't rush. Take your time.
So you do the whole. All right, not a problem.
No.
Changing room, that's where they all get.
Must have got off season ticket in there, mate. Maybe some there, because we're over there.
Yeah, see right in the pitch. Yeah, go on, first one. No, look, there's the chairs on there. Right, come on guys, we're going.
Picture, big new.
And he said all new stadiums must be seated. One of the reasons we had to get over there so far because we wouldn't have enough spectators. If we had to put all seating in there so far, we would have only had 20,000. So that was why we made the decision. You'll notice there's no obstructed view. The weather was supposed to get at you in the stadium. Unlike Polo and Aston Park, more exposed. That picture there is the first game of the last season. 1994 season. John Henry scored 2 goals. Ryan Robson's on that. In 1903, remember that, when Aston Park first opened, our first manager was called John Robson. I mean, granted, he was a cheap cook, got the watch, he did everything right, but he was being a manager, called him John Robson. 92 years later, when we left Aston Park, our last manager was called Ryan Robson. So you could say, when we moved the stadium, Ryan Robson was our player manager, and we just like it as. So 92 years in between, we started. I also. Now, where the ourselves going to go next?
Changing room?
Both of it.
Yeah, I was just shooting my boy there, that's when I first started going.
1954 I started doing that. And that was done with the bob end. And it was 2 shillings to get in, 10 pence. And in the corner was the boys end, and that was I was there at the first Woodley match, 1957, when Della Penna broke the net. And the goal wasn't given. And the first game of the following season, we beat Brighton 9-0. My hero,
Some
Brian.
big scores then.
My hero, Brian Clough, scored 5. Which we had it today.
Yeah, definitely. It's good this, isn't it, son?
Yeah. Only 29 minutes now. That's good. Welcome to Middlesbrough, guys. Oh, look, you can get married, do you? That's why I want to get married. Yeah. Oh. Oh, it's been ages since I came back now. It's all changed. Signed up for Borough now. Head coaches. Ooh. Right, better.